Battle of the Bishops is always the game that you look forward to.
I'd rather beat them more than any other team in the city.
You know, you want to beat everybody, but you especially want to beat Bishop Dwenger.
Every game that we've played, no matter who it is and when it occurs, is the biggest game of our life.
We won this game. We won it. We're glad we got them first game.
Well, change is the name of the game as we kick off the 2015 football season right here on the Highlight Zone. Fans who used to wonder how Homestead and Carroll would fare in the SAC, they get their wish. Meanwhile, the newly formed Northeast 8 means Leo and Huntington North are going to be tested, but the more things change, the more they stay the same. Jessica Starbird kicks things off with an old-fashioned rivalry game. Jessica?
The Battle of the Bishops historically has been played at the end of the season. Oftentimes, it had a huge impact on who would win the SAC's victory bell. That's the case last year when a 41-22 Luers win over Dwenger in Week 9, earning the Knights a share of the conference title. The rivalry getting renewed this time in Week 1. It's your Highlight Zone game of the week. Battle of the Bishops, everybody excited over at Luers Field. The Saints feeling like they need this emotional win, but this is not going to be the way to start right here. Noah Wisniewski to Corey Griggs on 4th and 14. That will give your first touchdown of the day. Picking this up in the second quarter. Cheerleaders getting in their first push-ups of the day. Blake Pachelny trying to even things up, but instead he finds Austin Mack in the end zone. Quite an interception there for the known wide receiver and Ohio State commit. Out into halftime we go with Luers with a 7-zip lead. Now the Saints fans, they have some spirit here, but this might knock the wind out of their sails as the kickoff of the second half and the ball lands in Mack's hands. Never a good thing for opposing teams as he finds a gap and he takes off, completely outrunning the Dwenger defense as he makes his way into the end zone for his first touchdown of the season, the first of many and the first of 2 in this game. Dwenger will score in the third quarter. It's Pachelny all the way down to Zach Norton in the corner of the end zone. He slides across. That will be a successful 2-point conversion. Will make it a 14-8 game. But still, Luers scores, and then they throw a little wildcat in here. It's Mack again as he runs his way into the end zone as Bishop Dwenger wins this one with the final score 28-15.
So much with any rivalry, the games seem to be close when obviously you got a team that's better, but you know, I think we just took us a while to get going, but when we got going, obviously, you know, the best team showed.
Obviously we love playing these guys. It was a very competitive game, very hard-nosed, very hard fought. Super proud of my guys. We pulled through in the end, and I mean, Dwenger's always fundamentally sound, very tough team, and I'm glad we got the win. It's the best feeling in the world beating them, and I have nothing but respect for them.
To beat them on their home field, you know, for the seniors, it's a special night.
Next week while Luers is at Snyder. Glenn, back to you.
All right. Thank you very much, Jessica. Homestead getting its first taste of the Summit Athletic Conference. Sparty's opening up against Concordia. Second quarter, Landon Durnell, the short punch in. 28-14 Spartans right there, but Concordia right back. Daniel Sparks, he's a lacrosse star, folks. He goes across the field, takes it in for the touchdown. It's 28-21 at that point, but you know what? Homestead not done. Late second quarter through Kazai to Austin Kreider. We can't get you any closer to the game than that. Kreider with the touchdown, AK-83 to score. 35-21 Homestead at half. Early third, though, Sparks marches them down. QB keeper makes it a 35-28 ball game, but in the fourth, it's Kazai to Kreider again. Kazai, the junior, 199 yards passing, 3 touches. Homestead holds off to beat the Cadets in their SAC debut, 49-33.
First game of the season win means a lot. It gives us a lot of confidence, especially coming to the SAC. First game wins, big thing.
You know, it means a lot, you know, because we were just ready the whole offseason to come in and just be ready for the SAC. You know, Concordia is a good first game test, and they gave us all they got, and you know, we played sloppy both sides of the ball, but we got it done.
That's the name of the game. Homestead at Northside next week. Concordia hosting Dwenger. As for the SAC's other newcomer, Carroll making the short drive to Spooler Stadium to take on Northrop. First quarter, Northrop humming. Garrett Shenley to Mike Snyder. First down, but that drive would stall after a blocked punt. Aiden Smith, we know he's got the brains. He's going to play his college football at Northwestern. Apparently, he's got the brawn as well. The quick change of direction. And folks, That's the longest 9-yard touchdown run you're ever going to see. Smith into the end zone to make it 7-zip Carroll, and the Chargers weren't done. Watch this. Jake Ostrowski. Great interception there. Next play, it's Carroll again. Nick Novotny. Up the middle and gone. Great moves from Novotny. Rushing touchdown for him. Later, you're going to see Blake Schumacher. Coming off a stellar junior season, this kid is a big-time player. Pick 6 for Carroll. Chargers go on to win this one 48-14, so Carroll and Homestead both win their SAC opener. Sticking with the SAC, both Snyder and Wayne want to share the victory bell last season. Generals led by Michigan State recruit Austin Robertson. First quarter, Snyder looking good. That was Dominic Scott with the rushing touchdown. 7-zip Panthers. Later, you remember Robertson had 4.5 sacks against his Snyder team in a playoff game last year. He gets the sack on Isaac Stiebling there, but Stiebling's going to play at Eastern Michigan University. You know he would respond to David Turner, part of that talented receiving core. 14-zip Snyder. Stiebling, 171 yards, a couple of passing TDs, and a rushing score. Later, Stiebling to Bryson Haft. He finds pay dirt as Snyder wins it 49-0 over the Generals. Final stop in the SAC, your totem pole game, 93rd meeting between North and South. We pick it up in the first quarter. Montrell Moore rumbling in as Northside on the board first, 7-zip. Southside's Dennis Johnson swinging it out to C.J. Morris, the former Concordia cadet, getting tricky to K.J. King. King would go all the way down to the 2, and South would punch it in 2 plays later to knot it at 7. But simply too much Northside, specifically on offense. Aaron Nieves to Logan Capps. That's a combination SAC teams are going to have to watch out for. You're going to see Moore finish off the drive, pounding his way through, and Northside wins the totem pole 49-13. There can only be one. Austin Mack had a few good plays that could have been up there, but we expect him to make plays of the week with his hands and feet. You know what? Aiden Smith, though, maybe doesn't get enough credit for how mobile he is. Jason Dorfler and the Bruins, well, they would agree that this kid's a good athlete. Watch him weave in a 9-yard touchdown as Aiden Smith, going to play his college football at Northwestern, weaving his way into the end zone for an impressive touchdown as both Carroll and Homestead win their SAC openers and do it on the road. All right, taking a look at the Week 2 games, we got a good one. Bishop Luers at Snyder. I can tell you that is going to be your highlight zone game of the week. Luers beating Dwenger this week, and Snyder putting a 49-zip beating on Wayne. Homestead is at Northside. Both of those teams 1-0. DeKalb, after surviving Angola, will battle a Garrett team that won by 40 this week. Warsaw, a good showing against Columbia City at East Noble. The Knights open tomorrow at Hammond Morton, while Cass will head to Churubusco. That will do it for our Week 1 edition of the Highlight Zone. For Jess, I'm Glenn. We'll see you next week.